Any crypto fan could get excited at the thought of XRP's potential value reaching an incredible $400,000 per coin, and they could even ask if it's feasible. Bitcoin and Ethereum aren't the first cryptocurrency to experience meteoric rises in value. Would it be possible for XRP to reach $400,000 and join these heavyweights? This is a daring forecast, and it would necessitate tremendous market changes and a perfect convergence of events to ensure XRP's success. What matters most is the level of realism here. With its applications in international payments and alliances with financial institutions, XRP has clearly established itself as a formidable digital currency contender. However, getting to this point of such a precipitous price increase wasn't easy. Possible influences on XRP's value include changes in the market, developments in settling legal matters such as the continuing SEC case, and the widespread use of blockchain technology. Many are watching these changes with interest. Some see a bright future for XRP, while others may struggle to fathom how the coin could reach such lofty peaks. Therefore, is it feasible to have XRP worth $400,000, or is it merely a lofty goal? In this video, we'll discuss the potential drivers of XRP's price increase, as well as the obstacles that could derail its progress. Whether this shocking price forecast is worth getting excited about will become evident to you by the end. On the other hand, it could be another case of crypto speculation running amok. First, let's examine XRP's current position, to have a clearer idea of whether it may really hit $400,000 per token. The current price of XRP is significantly lower than the lofty projections we've been seeing, but this wasn't always the case. There have been major market moments for XRP. At its high, towards the end of 2017 during the enormous crypto bull run, the price of a token was more than $3. But ever since then, the price of XRP has taken a beating from persistent problems, most notably the SEC lawsuit, which has thrown the market into chaos. In spite of all these problems, XRP is still one of the most valuable cryptocurrencies. In order to ease international money transfers, Ripple, the firm behind XRP, has teamed up with many large banks and financial organizations. It establishes XRP as a formidable participant in the international monetary system. As Ripple keeps extending its network, there is increasing optimism over XRP's long-term worth, thanks to its primary use case, the capacity to make inexpensive and rapid international payments. But we must bear in mind that getting to $400,000 is no picnic. A tremendous increase in the demand for and adoption of XRP would be necessary for its price to reach that level. For Ripple to achieve this goal, the company must overcome regulatory hurdles, improve the number of worldwide relationships it has, and witness more international transactions using XRP as a bridge currency. Furthermore, investor confidence must be at an all-time high, and the whole cryptocurrency market must be in a far more stable and positive condition. This may happen, but it would take a perfect storm of circumstances that haven't happened just yet. Given the present state and future prospects of XRP, we must investigate the potential causes of this spike. Can XRP reach $400,000 with current growth rates? Let's take a look at a few potential variables that could affect this bold forecast. In a perfect world, XRP's value would soar to $400,000 per coin. But there are a lot of moving parts. The most important thing would be for XRP's popularity and usage to skyrocket all across the world. The principal application of Ripple is to enable cheaper and faster cross-border payments, a feature that is quickly becoming popular among large banks and financial organizations. A potential meteoric rise in XRP's value is possible if Ripple maintains its current pace of partnership expansion and the integration of the coin into additional international financial systems. The value and usefulness of XRP would increase as its adoption by businesses and institutions for daily transactions increases. Another important consideration is how the SEC complaint is resolved. A major factor in the XRP price drop has been the unpredictability of this court dispute. Investors would be sent a strong signal that XRP is no longer threatened by significant legal obstacles if Ripple is able to reach a favorable settlement, or if the litigation is dropped totally. If this happened, investor confidence would skyrocket, which may lead to a price increase. Ripple was free to concentrate on extending its network, forming new partnerships, and increasing its market share once the legal concerns were resolved. It may increase interest in XRP. The general trend towards blockchain use in traditional finance is another factor that can cause XRP's price to soar to unfathomable heights. The rapid processing times and cheap transaction costs of XRP might make it the go-to cryptocurrency for international money transfers, as more conventional banks start using blockchain technology. This would create enormous new opportunities for XRP, particularly if Ripple is able to increase its market share in the global payment processing and remittance industries. As cryptocurrencies gain traction and are incorporated into more conventional financial systems, the world's economy is likely to grow more dependent on digital currencies, potentially driving XRP's demand and value to new heights. A change in worldwide money transfers and the emergence of decentralized finance, DeFi, have the potential to make XRP a crucial component of the future financial infrastructure. While these variables may play a role in XRP's potential for growth, reaching such a high price of $400,000 for XRP would still necessitate an exceptional concoction of adoption, regulatory certainty, and market circumstances. This is still a highly hypothetical situation that would necessitate impeccable timing and execution from Ripple, but it is not totally implausible. Even if it's thrilling to think about, we need to be careful and practical while considering XRP's future. We can't turn a blind eye to the major obstacles and dangers that could stop XRP from reaching its potentially thrilling $400,000 price target. The inherent instability of the cryptocurrency market is one of the main challenges confronting XRP. The price of XRP and other cryptocurrencies can fluctuate wildly in response to events in the news, changes in regulation, and general market sentiment. Price declines can happen quickly due to this instability, despite the presence of encouraging updates. Any attempt to achieve $400,000 might be thwarted if XRP's price fluctuates as a result of market trends or shifts in investor opinion. A further obstacle is the ongoing lack of clarity around Ripple's legal matters, specifically the SEC complaint. The dismissal of the complaint does not ensure that Ripple will be immune to future regulatory challenges. The best way for governments and authorities to handle cryptocurrency is still up in the air. Ripple may encounter further regulatory hurdles or increased judicial scrutiny, both of which could impede its expansion. Even though it would be great news if the SEC case went well, Ripple and XRP still face the possibility of other regulatory hurdles. The two most prominent and long-standing cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and Ethereum, maintain their market dominance. Also, new initiatives are popping up all the time, providing creative answers to the problems that XRP is trying to fix. In order for XRP to hit $400,000, it needs to keep its dominant market position, repel competitors, and persuade users and investors that it is the best option for secure international payments. In the event that another cryptocurrency or blockchain acquires popularity and surpasses XRP in terms of usage and acceptance, the price of XRP may remain unchanged or even decline. The future of XRP is also affected by the world economy as a whole. People may be hesitant to put their money into cryptocurrencies, particularly speculative ones like XRP, if the economy experiences a slump or financial turmoil. The wider cryptocurrency market, and by extension XRP's price, might take a hit in the event of a recession, a change in financial priorities, or increased geopolitical tensions. In conclusion, even though XRP